Catriona, a disease which quickly spread through all the modern countries after the war with Nilfgaard. Those who suffer from Catriona die a terrible death. Their convulsions become stronger each day. They vomit blood and mucus and have bloody diarrhea. After a fortnight or so, they die in agony. Ah, those damn fleas. Additional substances. An alchemical ingredient can contain one of 3 additional substances, such as albedo, nigredo, and rubedo. If all of the ingredients chosen for the creation of a potion have identical additional substances, the resulting potion will provide additional benefits beyond its basic effects. Albedo potions characterized by a lower level of toxicity. So basically, when you imbibe them, they won't give you the same amount of toxicity that you would normally get with higher toxic potions. Pretty good. Nigredo potions affect coordination and concentration, increasing damage inflicted on other opponents. Rubedo potions, aside from the potion's primary effect, it will also regenerate lost vitality. I think Rubedo overall is one of the better ones, especially if you are taking on a lot of very heavy-hitting foes. It can really bolster your capability to survive. Check out locations here. We have the inn. The inn in the Outskirts was established to cater to the needs of travelers and merchants headed for Vizima. The owner has surrounded it with a high palisade. Although the inn doesn't feature extravagant comforts, it is a safe place to spend the night and eat a meal. The innkeeper also offers a wide selection of alcohol. It is a favorite meeting place for the inhabitants of the Outskirts, so there's always someone to talk or to dice with. Temeria. Temeria's population is not exclusively human. It also includes dwarves, elves, gnomes, and dryads. After the devastating war with Nilfgaard, many areas are haunted by monsters, which have hitherto not constituted a serious threat, while the realm's roads are made unsafe by outlaws and common bandits. As a result, the Witcher profession is once again in demand, though people continue to treat Witchers with caution and disdain, often calling the mutants freaks. The Kingdom of Temeria has silver lilies on a black background as its emblem. This powerful country has gained ever more influence in recent years under the wise rule of King Foltest. Across the Pontar River, the kingdom borders Redania. To the south and east, it is hemmed in by mountain ranges including Mahakam, the mainstay of dwarves and gnomes, past which lie the lands of Lyria and Adren. The capital of Temeria is Vizima, lying on the shore of Lake Vizima. The second largest city is Maribor. Temeria mints its own coin, the Orin. The most widespread religions are the cult of Melitele and the belief in the eternal fire, or flame. Temeria is home to the headquarters and many commanderies of the Order of the Flaming Rose. The Outskirts. Like any large city, Vizima also has its outskirts. Near the city walls stand the houses of townspeople who could not afford to live in the city or could not stand the stench of its gutters. A little further out, among fields and meadows, peasants have their thatched roof homes. Unfortunately, the hard times have left their mark on the outskirts. Many houses are vacant, their owners killed in the war, slain by monsters, or taken by the plague which ravages the area. Check out some characters here. We have Dandelion. I've heard rumors that the famous bard and poet Dandelion visited the Outskirts. We can call him Yasker if we want. Let's check out Berengar here. Berengar was seen in the Outskirts earlier. He agreed to kill the beast, but then disappeared. Did he fear facing the monster? Who knows? Here we have Declan Luvarden. I met Declan Luvarden, a rich merchant from Nilfgaard, at an inn in the Outskirts. Luvarden seems a resourceful and wealthy man with extensive contacts. He lives in the trade quarter of Vizima. During the day, he can be found on the dike from where he runs his business. Kalkstein. This absent-minded alchemist seems nice, but it is obvious that scientific theories are of greater concern to him than the more prosaic aspects of life. Reverend. The leader of the community in the Outskirts is a domineering priest of the eternal fire called the Reverend. His authority reaches well beyond the realm of the spiritual. People from the town and the village in the Outskirts do exactly what he says. The Reverend is a religious fanatic and a hypocrite. He easily finds guilt where it doesn't exist, ignoring real offenses. The Reverend lives in the town, just left of the temple. During the day, he either prays or tends to the church. Alright, so that is all we've got currently. Check out our quests here. The Dead Hand of the Past is the one that we're sitting on currently. The merchant Luvarden's companion disappeared. In the cave beneath the city walls, a cave supposedly infested with monsters, the merchant has asked me to bring his friend back or bury him if he's dead. He promised to pay me 200 orens no matter the outcome. We'll see on that. Got Berengar's secret here. A witcher named Berengar was here in the Outskirts before me. He promised to kill the beast, but then ran off, leaving nothing but a bad impression. I'd like to meet him, talk to him. Maybe he knows something about the stolen secrets. I'm sure the witcher managed to get into the city. Back to Of Monsters and Men, the Reverend has asked me to slay the beast. He believes that the holy flame should be lit in all the chapels around the village. I doubt that will help, but I've decided to do it as a favor to him. I must visit the 5 chapels at night and light the flame in each. I believe we'll pursue this a little bit later, because I think this kind of ends most of the quest line for this area, and I would rather stick around and get things done. The Barghest Contract. I have enough Barghest skulls to collect my reward. I should see Abigail. We've got the Drowner contract here, which says that we need the bestiary for it, but we do have that, I believe, at this point. Salamander's Tale. The Reverend doesn't trust me because of another witcher who was here earlier. I must tend to the beast and talk to the village's most prominent inhabitants, Odo, Haran, and Mikkel. Maybe I can learn something from them. Alright, that's it for that. Let's see. Got all the locations. Alright, we can check out these monsters. The Blodzger, or however the hell you pronounce that one. It tends to be around swamps and marshes. It's immune to poison, and it has low resistance to stun attempts. It is susceptible and sensitive to silver and fire. The strong style is most effective or efficient against Blodzgers. Experienced witchers warn against using the group style while fighting multiple Blodzgers. There's a reason for that, and you'll see that later on in the game. Actually, we'll just talk about it right here. A dying Blodzger will explode, spraying acid on its opponents. A skilled witcher is able to kill the monster while evading the explosion. Now, you don't want to use the group style and have a whole bunch of them explode on you unless you can manage to get away from them. They'll drop things like the Abomination Lymph, the Alber's Crystals, and Blodzger's Blood. The Blodzger, a grotesque monster from the swamps, causes terror among peasants because it pours digestive juices over the wounds of those who are still alive and then dines on their half-digested intestines. Lovely! We'll be back in a sec. Alright. The Drowned Dead. The drowned dead are creatures of the night. They appear on the banks of ponds, lakes, and rivers. They're immune to bleeding, blinding, and poison attempts. They're fearless, immune to stun attempts, and the Alchemy sign. They are sensitive to silver and susceptible to knockdown attempts. The fast style is most efficient against the drowned dead. Experienced witchers use the group style while fighting multiple drowned dead. These creatures poison their victims with cadaverine. They often attack as a group. They will drop cadaverine, Gnat's acid, drowned dead's tongue. Particularly strong and dangerous drowners are known as the drowned dead. Simple people see no difference between the drowner and the drowned dead. Encountering either of them is equally deadly. We might suppose, though, that the most gloomy legends concerned the drowned dead rather than drowners. And finally, we have the drowner here. Drowners are creatures of the night, and they appear on the banks of ponds, lakes, and rivers, similar to the drowned dead. They are also immune to bleeding, blinding, and poison attempts. They're also fearless and immune to stun attempts and the Alchemy sign. They are very sensitive to silver and susceptible to knockdown attempts. The fast style is the most effective one against them. Experienced witchers will use group style with them. Usually they will attack in large groups and take advantage of numerical superiority. You can get drowned brain tissue, or a drowner brain tissue, Gnat's acid, and cadaverine. Drowners are scoundrels who ended their wicked lives in the water. Drowned alive or thrown into deep water after death, they turn into vengeful creatures which stalk the inhabitants of coastal settlements. Probably have some tutorials that we can go click real quick, which I don't really care too much about. Just zap all those down so that we don't have any more in here. Check out our glossary. It doesn't look like there's anything else. We do have some ingredients. Alber's crystals is obtained from the bodies of devourers and bloodsuckers, but does not appear to have anything necessarily. I don't know. It's an ingredient, it says, so we'll have to see later on. Got the abomination lymph. I guess it doesn't really show what these things actually are from the ingredient menu here. I suppose because it's indicated by silver and stuff. This is yeah, you can see it's a hydrogenum here, and this is going to be a Keybryth. Keybryth would be nice. Obtained from the bodies of fletters, scimitars, garcanes, ghouls, alps, bruxae, and bloodsuckers. So ghouls are around here. This could be our in with the Keybryth that we need. Got bloodsucker's blood here, which is vermilion apparently, obtained from the carcasses of those bloodsuckers. We've got cadaverine, which is going to be rebus. I think we do need rebus. This is obtained from the bodies of the drowned dead, devourers, drowners, alguls, and graviers. Drowned dead's tongue is going to be aether, obtained from the carcasses of the drowned dead. And then we have the drowner brains, which are the same. We have Gnat's acid, which is vitriol. We have plenty of other things that drop vitriol for us at this point. Gnat's acid, I believe, sells for a whole ton of money, so we're not going to want to use that for any of our potions. It's more banking credit than anything else. We do not want to use something that's going to be expensive. Anyways, it's an acid that's present in the bodies of drowners and ghouls. That appears to be all the ingredients. We do have some formulae here, including the necrophage oil, which allows us to coat our blade and increase our damage against necrophages. Oils made by mixing the ingredients, providing 2 measures of vitriol and 1 of aether. Grease must be used as a base. It's long-lasting. Necrophages are accustomed to poisonous vapors. Yet, even the most rancid ghouls and graveers cannot withstand the poison wounds inflicted by a blade coated with necrophage oil. So this would be really good to go after ghouls if we had the ability to put this together. Unfortunately, I do not think we are necessarily going to get all of the ingredients for this very easily before we actually go after some ghouls. I don't know. We'll see. We do have some ghouls in the vicinity, and I wouldn't mind getting some necrophage oil to help us out down there. We've got Cat here. This potion grants vision in total darkness. The potion is made by mixing ingredients, providing a total of 1 measure of rebis and 2 measures of kebrith. Strong alcohol must be used as a base. It's long-lasting and has low toxicity. Cat is said to have been the first potion created specifically for witchers. The concoction allows witchers to pursue monsters into their lairs, including dark caves, ruins, and crypts, because it augments vision to pick up additional wavelengths of light. To prevent blinding, the imbiber's pupils automatically narrow when in bright light. This is possibly the potion most commonly used by witchers. We're definitely going to want Cat, especially because there are some super dark areas, and we have not really encountered those yet, even though we have been in some dark areas. Got Blizzard here. It's one of the most powerful Witcher potions and improves the reflexes and reaction time, allowing the Witcher to better parry and evade attacks. The potion's made by mixing ingredients, providing 2 measures of vitriol and rebis. Strong, high-quality alcohol must be used as a base. Unfortunately, the duration of the effects are brief, and the toxicity is medium. Witchers usually drink the Blizzard potion immediately before combat. The potion is also favored, especially in dangerous situations. This might be very useful when we eventually investigate that cave that I believe is not a very friendly location for us. Alright, I think that basically about does it for things that we can read about right now. Hey, Abby. Everything normal around here?
Oh my, a witcher. Welcome.
What happened to the man outside?
It was his own fault. Many come to me with pitiful fantasies I disdain to fulfill. They take me for a whore, when I am but a witch.
I'll remember that.
Don't worry, I'm not all bad. The sinner will recover.
Yeah? Can I talk to you about other things?
What do you want?
Well, first of all, I found your notice.
I found your notice.
Excellent. Do you have the Barghest skulls?
I sure do. They're yours, but only for a price. I heard you were offering 100 orens.
I do. They're yours for a price.
I knew you'd manage it. And take this mandrake root. You might find it useful.
All right. Can I ask you something?
Can I ask you something?
If you must.
Do you happen to have any magic against the phantom hounds?
Do you have any magic against phantom hounds?
What about your sword? I heard witchers carry 2. A silver blade for monsters and steel for humans.
Both are for monsters. Unfortunately, I lack the silver one.
I know of an ointment. When it coats your blade, you'll cause grievous harm even to specters. The formula will cost you 30 orens.
Maybe another time.
Maybe another time.
What do you want?
Can I ask you another something?
Can I ask you something?
If you must.
I see you took hold of Alvin. How's that going?
I see you took Alvin in.
Did you think I'd abandon an orphan? Besides, he has potential.
What do you mean?
He has powers perhaps beyond his control. For now, he sleeps well with the herbs I brew him.
That's good of you. Few in these times would be willing. It's another mouth to feed.
With winter approaching, if I grow hungry, I'll eat him. Doubtless the villagers think so, believing me a monster.
Are you one, Abigail?
We all hide a monster inside us.